Hello, I'm cleaning my room, um, and my phone's about to die, so probably not gonna, this video is probably gonna have, like a few minutes where it just cuts off. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm cleaning my room. I'm digging through, like, the dark recesses of my closet. Sorry, my hair's a mess, as usual. Um, like, corners of my room that I haven't touched in, like, years, and I'm finding, like, boxes of, like, things, and it's like, why is this here? Like, I found a box that just had, like, granola bars in them. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I found this too, though. Hold on. It's leaning right on the camera, which I thought was really funny. It's from a party. And I know that it's just supposed to be a generic pirate thing from a birthday party, but I enjoy the fact that it has an eye patch because I'm doing a stage play where I play as a pirate that wears an eye patch. I found this thing too, and I've moved on from the closet and I'm now moving on to the desk, which I thought I had gotten most of, but there was just one drawer that I just didn't touch. And so I'm trying to get rid of all that shit now. I found this thing inside of it. At first, I wasn't sure what it was. I thought it was like a flashlight. So it kind of is a flashlight, but I found this little thing here. And it's really dark. But if you can read it, it says focus wheel. And it says focusing wheel. And I go, huh. And I noticed that right up here, um, that's going to be really bright. There you go. Right over here, where the light is, there's another one right here that has a lens on it. And I noticed on the back of it was also a lens. It's a fucking microscope. And I'm like, that's so fucking cool. And I'm like, I'm thinking about like, how much cool shit am I just missing out on by not looking hard enough. I remember the last time I cleaned out this desk, I found a switchblade. And I didn't have a use for it up until I think junior year when I went to the bathroom and I got jumped. Um, I didn't have anything taken from me, but it did alter the way that I carried my shit around. I just made sure not to have anything on me at any time. Um, because the reason I got caught was because I had my backpack hanging off of one side, and so I made sure to always have both straps and make all the stuff closed. I didn't get anything stolen from me, which I think was the lamest part of it. Um, I just got punched a lot, very weakly. By the way, it didn't hurt after like a few hours. Um, but I was wearing headphones and I had like my phone in my pocket and stuff. I didn't have a wallet because that was around the time where I didn't start carrying my wallet, so I didn't have anything on me. I didn't even have keys on me. And really, the only thing valuables on me were like my headphones and and my cell phone. But they didn't even take any. I felt them reach for it, but I just tossed them away and they left. They just left, and then I still don't. I was still very unclear as to what that happened. But ever since then, I made sure to always carry a fucking knife on me up until I lost it. Because we went to a swim meet and it fell out of my pocket at some point. And after the swim meet, we went back and I just never. It was just gone. Someone else probably just took it, which sucks because it was a cool knife. Um, I also found I used to draw comic books back in elementary school, and I found a really lame comic book that I made back in elementary school. I thought I was pointing in the direction where it was. I might have tossed it. I have garbage bags on the floor. I might have just tossed it on the floor. Eh. But it's really interesting. Oh wait, is it? No. It's really interesting because the fucking it's my original characters and shit, and I didn't think about how they're very similar to Power Rangers. It's also very similar to anime and shit like Power Levels and whatnot. Dragon Ball Z, which I never was a big fan of. Not that I wasn't a big fan of it. I just never watched it as much. And I never really paid attention to it as a kid, but I knew it existed and I knew that I liked it. Um, but just concepts like those. And there's in one of the most interesting things uh, I saw in that comic book was I still remember a lot of these characters that I made up. I made up a whole platoon of fucking characters. Um, and one of the characters is called his original name was called Forge, which is a name that I thought I had just made up, but turns out it was actually a real life word because I made up the name when I was like 9 years old or 8 years old, and I didn't think about the meaning behind the word. I just thought it sounded cool. Over the years, he became known as the Forger, um, because he becomes a big baddie and he becomes like, he creates all these like monstrosities. He forges things. And I get it. Um, but I always saw him as like he's the villain. He's like the Darth Vader of the story. Where like he used to be a good guy, but that part was something that I never got around to establishing. Um, but I would always have like vague memories of like this used to be a good guy, right? But the fact that I actually had stories written out where he was the good guy was really interesting to me. Like an actual for real comic book where like the characters that I had originally like assumed in my head. I don't remember the name of this character specifically, but apparently he's the Forger's brother. And he's actively looking for him as like a thing to do, like not to fight him as like, oh, I'm here to save, not to save you, but like I'm coming for you, but it's not it's not like malicious, it's like friendly, and it's weird. um but yeah, I just always assumed that I'd always written out that character as a villain, like from very early on. Like, I mean, originally he was a good guy, but then he became a villain. um and I remember back in the fourth grade, which is around the time when these comic books came out, my teacher would make us write the teacher would make us write half a page worth of just a story, and it was supposed to be stuff that you did, like oh, I went to the beach, or I spent my day like this. But because my days were spent like just doing fucking nothing, um I spent that time writing out my stories. I talk about this character and that character. I'm not going to reveal any names because they're really embarrassing, but yes, like my OC action superheroes doing this and this. And I remember I filled out a whole notebook like that, and my instructor, uh, she was like, "These stories are really nice, but I'd like you to talk about something that actually happened to you." And so I played along, and I talked about the most boring shit in the world. I was like, "This is what I did today," and I did that for like a few days, and I just said, "Fuck it," and I just went right back to my stories. I don't actually have those stories anymore because a friend of mine that I was really close to back in the fourth grade, um, took it with her. I gave it to her because she enjoyed reading my stories, and I said, "Here, you can keep it. Um, this is your going away present, just And it was really funny because I met up with her again in back in high school. So like this was like fourth grade, and I didn't see her again for 5 years, and she had completely forgotten about all that shit. And at that point, I remember my first thought was just, "Do you still have that? Can I have it back?" Because I kind of there's bits and pieces in there that I kind of just want to remember, because I know it's like childish stories, but part of me kind of wants to go back to it and see what my mindset was in terms of like storytelling and writing and whatnot. I know it probably makes like little sense, and I was probably trash garbage, but I feel like there's some lore hidden there that's really interesting, and I just kind of wanted to. I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting to read that again, but I never did, and I never saw her again because I switched out of that class. So we'll see. I just make it up. I'll just make it up. Anyway, um, yeah, I just found this cool thing, and I was like, I just wanted to make a video about it. Anyway, that's it for me. I will see you guys next time. Until then, have a fantastic day. Bye.